Simple story number 1. Last summer, I traveled alone to another country. The journey began early in the morning by train. I felt nervous, but also excited for the adventure. On the train, I met a friendly young woman. She shared stories about her travels and her family. We laughed together and exchanged contact information before arriving. When I reached the city, everything looked completely different. The streets were crowded and people moved very quickly. I used a map, but sometimes still felt quite lost. In the end, I learned to enjoy unexpected surprises. Simple story number 2. My cousin invited me to spend a week abroad. We booked flights online and prepared all required travel documents. Before leaving, I packed clothes, shoes, and my laptop. At the airport, security checks were very strict and tiring. Our plane departed late because of heavy evening rain. Inside the airplane, I watched movies and listened to music. The flight attendants served drinks, snacks, and delicious hot meals. When we landed, I felt exhausted, but truly happy. The city lights at night looked magical from above. Traveling together made our friendship stronger and more memorable. Simple story number 3. Last weekend, I joined a hiking trip with friends. We started early, carrying food, water, and first aid. The trail was steep, and the rocks were slippery. I helped one friend who almost fell while climbing. Along the way, we saw birds flying over trees. We stopped at a waterfall and took many beautiful photos. Everyone enjoyed swimming, laughing, and resting on the rocks. After lunch, we continued walking toward the mountain's highest point. The view from the top was breathtaking and unforgettable. That day, I realized teamwork makes adventures more enjoyable. Simple story number 4. One evening, there was a sudden blackout in town. I lit a candle and searched for my flashlight. The streets outside looked dark and strangely very quiet. Children played with shadows on the walls, laughing loudly. My neighbors came outside and talked under the moonlight. Someone brought a guitar and started singing cheerful songs. Soon, many people joined, clapping hands and singing together. Although the power returned, nobody wanted to go inside. The night turned into a small but joyful community party. Sometimes problems create moments we would never normally experience. Simple story number 5. 2 years ago, I started learning a new language. At first, I could only understand short, simple phrases. My teacher encouraged me to practice speaking every single day. I used apps and watched videos to improve listening skills. Sometimes I felt frustrated, especially forgetting words while talking. But slowly, sentences became easier and confidence grew stronger. I joined a club where people practiced together weekly. There, I met new friends who supported my learning journey. Now, I can hold conversations without feeling too nervous. Learning taught me patience, discipline, and courage to continue. Simple story number 6. Last month, I started working at a new office. The first day felt exciting, but also a little stressful. I met colleagues who welcomed me with friendly, warm smiles. My supervisor explained tasks and showed me the schedule. I worked on a project with 3 different departments together. At lunch, we went outside and tried local street food. The taste was spicy but really delicious and satisfying. In the afternoon, I finished tasks earlier than expected. Everyone congratulated me, which made me feel more confident. That day, I knew this job was the right choice. Simple story number 7. During winter, I visited my aunt in the mountains. The air was fresh, cold, and smelled of pine trees. Every morning, we drank tea near the wooden fireplace. I enjoyed reading books while listening to soft classical music. One afternoon, it started snowing heavily outside the windows. We wore coats and built a snowman in the yard. Later, children threw snowballs and laughed until their faces turned red. At night, we cooked soup and shared family stories together. The silence of snow created peaceful, magical, quiet moments. That winter holiday became one of my happiest memories. Simple story number 8. Last Friday, my school organized a cultural exchange event. Students from different countries prepared dances, songs, and presentations. I joined the group representing traditional food from my country. We cooked rice, vegetables, and special spicy chicken together. The visitors enjoyed tasting our meals and asked many questions. Later, we watched performances of music and traditional folk dances. Everyone clapped hands loudly after each amazing performance ended. The event finished with students exchanging gifts and friendly hugs. I felt proud to share my culture with others. That day taught me respect and appreciation for diversity. Simple story number 9. One Saturday morning, I volunteered at a local shelter. The shelter housed dogs, cats, and other abandoned animals. My duty was cleaning cages and feeding the animals. At first, the work felt tiring and a bit dirty. Soon, the animals recognized me and wagged their tails happily. One little puppy followed me everywhere and refused to leave. I played with him and he licked my hand. Later, the staff told me he needed a family. I adopted him, naming him Lucky on that day. Since then, he has become my loyal best friend. Simple story number 10. Yesterday morning, I decided to cook breakfast for everyone. I prepared eggs, bread, cheese, and fresh orange juice. While cooking, I accidentally dropped a pan on the floor. The loud noise woke my brother, who was still sleeping. He came downstairs, laughing at my clumsy morning mistake. Together, we set the table and decorated it nicely. Soon, The whole family gathered around with hungry, smiling faces. We enjoyed the meal while discussing our weekend future plans. After breakfast, we cleaned the kitchen and washed dishes quickly.